More couples tie the knot, as it's called, during the summer months, which means more couples are also celebrating wedding anniversaries this time of year.
And according to therapist Julie Hanks, who is the owner and director of Wasatch Family Therapy, taking the time and effort to create some meaningful anniversary traditions can really help strengthen your marriage. She's got a few suggestions on how to make your anniversaries a little bit more meaningful.
Yes, I love this topic. Love this topic. Had a lot of fun with it.
Do you think it's something, I was wondering, this something women get more into than men? Because sometimes come Valentine's Day, right? When it comes to
I can answer you. I guarantee you on that one right there.
When it comes to like the cards or the sentimental, emotional dates or whatnot, it seems women get maybe a little more excited than the guys do.
I think so, and that's why the first tip is to review your expectations, because I think a lot of women want their husbands to automatically know what their expectations are, and so actually having a dialogue, a discussion about it, and saying, "Here's what I'd really like, honey. What would you like?" And he may have expectations that you don't know about as the wife. So
no, I think wives know what guys' expectations are. I think that's pretty simple right there. But anyway, okay, go ahead.
But you're saying before the wives pout about the whole didn't get a dinner, didn't get a planned date, lay it out ahead of time.
Right. And who's going to plan? Who's going to plan it? What's the budget? Are we going to take a vacation? So talk about, how can we make this meaningful? And then it's our responsibility to say what we would like to have happen and not just wish that our spouse would read our minds.
Sometimes I think a wife wants to sit back, wants to be surprised, wants the husband to come in like the Prince Charming, sweep through and have this big thing planned for them. But you're saying, really, no, talk about it. It's both your anniversaries together.
Right. Plan it together. And there's nothing unromantic about saying what you actually want and then having that happen. There's still a lot of romance that can come with being specific and owning what you'd like to have happen.
You've got some great couple examples of relationships who have put these tips into practice.
Yes, so Travis and Edie Morgan, they're the parents of 4 small children, and so they talked and they decided to do a family birthday. They have been, their family was born 13 years ago. So with 4 small kids, it was hard to get a babysitter, but they took the whole family and celebrated their family birthday at a cabin. I thought that was really, that was cute. Not as romantic as some of the other ideas we'll get to, but I thought it's a really great tradition and a way to make an important day a celebration, and they included their kids.
And for that stage of life, it worked for them.
Right, definitely.
That's a darling idea.
Okay, what's the next one you got for us?
All right, so revisiting romantic moments. So there's something magical about going, oh, remember this?
The memories.
Right, and then actually going to that place or pretending to go to that place. So you could take a trip to the place of your honeymoon. You can go to where you were engaged or where you had your first date, and maybe even recreate or role play that time. And it brings back the early feelings of the spark in the relationship, and it can be a great way to celebrate your wedding anniversary. And I have an example here. Will and Jenny Bush revisited the mountain where they were engaged, and they also, it's hard to see over on the right, but they carved their name and the date when they got engaged, Jenny Hart Will right there, and it was in '02. And they found that door, that old door on the way up to the hike where they were engaged, and they found that, and sweet memories. So I thought that was really cute.
But there can be something to be said about that physical, emotional connection. If you're in the physical space, it can bring back, as you said, all of those memories and those feelings.
Yes. So revisiting actual places or those memories can be a fun way to celebrate wedding anniversaries.
Now, the door was when they got engaged? Was that when?
Yeah, okay. But they went back and visited that for an anniversary.
So take us now to the wedding day. How do you celebrate? How do you reminisce on the days of the wedding day stuff?
Yeah. I think just going through pictures, going through watching videos, reading the guest book, all of those kinds of things that I actually have my wedding veil out. And I'll go, oh, remember this, and we'll talk about some of the fond memories about the day that we were married. And looking at pictures, it brings back that, oh, remember this, like that. You can bring back that emotion. And that, oh, well, she looks familiar, except she has brown hair there. That's me, yeah. That's me and my husband 21 years ago on our wedding day, and just pulling those out, it brought back those emotions and the memories of the wonderful day that it was.
Well, we even recently got out a videotape. You can sometimes do a videotape. We got it that was like a hoot
VHS,
watching that.
right?
That's all the memories. Dusting off the VHS tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't, you just laugh and giggle and you kind of become that younger version of yourself.
Yeah, you flash back the 20 years there, you know?
Yeah, that was fun.
How important is it from a relationship standpoint to make it different from the other days, to make it a stand apart, set apart kind of a celebration?
I think it's really important, and we take time off for vacations, for Christmas, Thanksgiving, other holidays. It's really important to request a holiday for your anniversary, and even if you don't go anywhere, spend that time together, because this is your own personal relationship holiday. So that can be really important. And I have an example of a couple who does this, Daniel and Deborah Breitenstein, and they went to the Anniversary Inn. They took a couple of days off, and they always take time off from work to celebrate their anniversary. And I thought that was great, to make it a holiday. It's your couple holiday.
This helps show a commitment. It helps show a priority. When you're taking a time off, then you're saying, hey, you're important to me. I'm taking a day off, and we're going to, spend some time on each other here.
And it's amazing how fun just running errands together can be once you've been married for a while.
Yeah.
It's like you usually go do your own thing, or, work and kids, whatever. But just spend the time together.
Instead of the divide and conquer that you usually fall into that trap during the weekdays. Finally, you point out that anniversaries really are what they can be, and that's a moment to renew and recommit to each other.
And some people do that with actual, renewing of vows. You can do it through writing a personal letter to your spouse, renewing your commitment. You can talk about that you're still committed to this relationship. And an example of this is Kevin and Laura Brotherson. You've actually had Laura Brotherson on the show. She's an author and intimacy educator.
She's great.
Yeah, she's great. So what they do is they take a picture on their anniversary and they display them in their house. And she said that's a reminder to their kids of their commitment, and that their kids are secure with their parents' marriage, and the parents are committed to their relationship. So they have a display in their house of their wedding anniversary photos. And I thought that was a great way to visually express recommitment by going, here we are, we made it another year, and we're still together, and we're still committed.
Great reinforcement, great ideas. And as you mentioned, the more you do this, the more you celebrate it, the more you're celebrating the importance of the two of you together, and you strengthen that marriage together.
Yeah, strengthen and bring back those loving feelings that can sometimes go by the wayside in the day-to-day life.
The hustle bustle of those kids running around and 20 years passing by.
Thanks,
Julie. We'll let you know Julie is the family and relationship therapist. She's the owner of Wasatch Family Therapy, and we posted a link to her website along with today's tips and suggestions for making wedding anniversaries meaningful. It's all at studio5.ksl.com.